All right, today I'm going to talk about why you should consider keeping your house instead of selling it. So you might be moving or you might be ready to get that new house and you're just thinking about, hey, what do I need to do to sell my house? What's that going to look like? I'm going to have to go through all the hassles of showing a home while I live in it and maybe getting the home sold before I can buy the next one. Maybe you don't deal with any of that though, and maybe you just keep the home before you even think about selling it. So, a couple reasons you might want to keep a home instead of selling it is it's going to benefit you greatly in the long term. Yeah, you're not going to have that cash from selling your home to go put into the next one, and I know everybody kind of wants to put more down or have extra cash when they go because you don't pay taxes on a lot of the gains that you get from selling a home. But I want to talk about why I think it's probably a better idea to keep them if you can in a lot of cases. So, big reasons you might want to keep a home. It might be a great rental. So, maybe it's the first home you bought, it's a starter home, and keeping it, you're going to make a few $100 a month off the home above the mortgage and not have to really do much. It's a single family home, or maybe it's a duplex that you bought and you lived in for a while, and you're going to get cash flow while you're in your new home that could then help pay the mortgage of the new home. So that's one reason you might want to keep the home is the cash flow. Again, that's passive income in your pocket to do whatever you want with or pay some of that new mortgage. The next one is you're going to realize appreciation not only on the home that you're buying, but the home that you're moving out of. So you're going to realize appreciation on that older home that over a long period of time can make a huge difference. Yeah, you're not going to have all that cash to put in the next home, but you're going to make much more over time by holding on to this home. So I highly recommend doing that. The third one is loan pay down. So of course you're going to realize that from when you bought the home and when you sold it, you paid off a fair amount of that loan. But over time, over the 30 or 15-year loan term, whatever it is, it's going to be completely paid off. Then the cash flow is going to go way up. Then you can refinance it if you want, whatever you want to do. At any time, you could refinance and maybe pull some money out of that home. So we could keep paying down a loan, but you could get that money right now, and maybe that's what you do. If you bought your home 10 years ago and it's worth way more today, maybe you refinance, buy the new home, get some of the cash out of the old home to do it, or maybe you just sit on it and keep realizing that appreciation, loan pay down, and cash flow. The fourth, and I would say one of the most important benefits of keeping a home that you had lived in are all the tax benefits of it. Of course, if you still have a mortgage, you'll get that mortgage interest deduction. But when you move out of a home and it becomes a pure rental property, you're going to start to be able to depreciate that home and get pretty big tax benefits from it. If you are employed or self-employed, I want to say the depreciation you can take each year off of properties around 20 grand is the max. If you are a real estate professional, that doesn't mean you're a realtor, but that your primary business is in real estate, there's unlimited depreciation. So this is even more important if you're a real estate professional, realtor, real estate investor, whatever you want to call it, because you'll be able to take massive depreciation on this property over a long period of time. The fifth benefit, and probably commonly overlooked, is the loan on that property is great because you bought it as an owner-occupied property, meaning your interest rate is lower. Let's say right now you're looking at moving, maybe you have a 3% rate on the home you live in, and you're looking at a 7 or 7.5% rate for the next home you're going to buy. Or let's say you sold that first home, bought that next home, and said, hey, later, we're going to go look for a rental property. You're going to be looking at about around an 8 to 8.5% interest rate. So rather than waiting till later, just keep the first one, rent it out, cover that mortgage, and make some at that super low interest rate, then move on, buy your next home. Of course, when rates go down, refinance on the next home. But don't make it so complicated that you're going to sell this one, buy the next one, and then maybe someday later on, you're going to buy another rental property. You already have one. You already have a rental property, potentially. Of course, analyze your property, make sure it will make a good rental property. If you need help figuring that out, absolutely reach out to me. I would love to help you. There are so many easy ways to figure out what your property could rent for and what you could potentially make off of the current home you're living in. Keep it long term, build massive wealth without really having to do much. If you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to me or send me an email at jordan.moorhead@kw.com. Thank you and have a great day.